What's going on, everyone? Today we have a super cool news. Spider-Man Classics updated model was just shown on the mcoc site. My good friend Mr. King was like, yo, look at the site. There's a new image. I'm like, no freaking way. And yeah, Spider-Man Classics new look is out. Obviously, we know he's getting a buff. You know, with September, Titania and Infamous Iron Man not needing to be balanced, they announced Spider-Man Classics buff, and we were curious, like, hey, would he get new animations? We've seen 2014 champs get updated just recently with Black Panther, so this is super exciting. He actually was getting updated, and I love this. Like, it is so much darker and richer colors, more realism with that texture. You can just know that it's like a type of fabric that you feel like you could touch it, and that to me as a graphic designer is fantastic. I love it. They also altered his lenses, his spider eyes, much with a bigger outline, which I like personally. But we'll talk about the change for sure. But I'm just so excited, and obviously you can go check this out for yourself. I mean, it's literally, it's out there on the mcoc wiki or mcoc site. I'll put it on the wiki. But yeah, I mean, look at this. Look how cool it looks. Oh my god, I loved it. I've been a Spider-Man fan since a kid. I grew up on the Tobey Maguire movies. I watched the Andrew Garfield movies. I've watched all of the MCU. I've seen the 90s animated show. I've seen Ultimate Spider-Man. I've seen everything. I love him. Like, he's so cool. Symbiote Spider-Man's my favorite. But you can't go wrong with classic red and blue, and absolutely did Kabam knock this out of the park. It's so fantastic. I seriously do love it. Talking about his eyes, we've seen, with the bigger outlines is now more recently used with the MCU. But for the longest time in the comics, they were pretty big outlines. The only ones that you really will see the bigger eyelids are the Ultimate Universe, and a few other, Bagley, Mark Bagley has them. There's definitely stuff like that, and I don't know. I like it when it works, but just a cool thing that they changed it. And I just had on screen there right here is his the old model. I mean, look at that difference. It really is night and day. That hue on that left side is just no, and this right, the darker is. I like it. It does remind me of the TASM 2 suit. Definitely more like texture wise, like an actual like carbon kind of texture, similar to Black Panther's, but not as like clothy as Andrew Garfield's suit look. But yeah, I mean, I think this is super exciting. I love that Kabam are going back and going to 2014 champions and saying, hey, let's update these guys. Let's make them look as new and fresh as compared to when they did 8 freaking years ago, right? Like, it's so cool. And yeah, you can kind of see the lens difference. You can kind of see a little bit of the symbol being a little bit modified, but yeah, I think it's cool. I really do think it's cool. I mean, I like this. And I'm probably going to see some MCU comparisons, but this is what was at the end of Far From Home, or No Way Home. And yeah, so a little, with the eyes, yeah, similarities, but with what we've seen with the new suit from No Way Home, much more hue on the red yellow hue and the really cyan hue blue than it is. To be honest, I like the one in the game better. But both are fantastic suits. I mean, I gotta say, and obviously with Black Panther, hey. Same thing, like night and day difference. I love the new modern look. I like when with comics, right? You can read comics, and it's just a comic, right? It's hard to imagine that in the real world. We've gotten that with the MCU, but when you can do it in a video game and show them in such a way, I think it's so fantastic. I really do. And I like the Black Panther as well update. Like, I mean, like, it's so you can just see how like the fabric is on his face. Maybe too much on the nose. But yeah, I mean, it's so cool. Now, I wanted to actually look at some other champions that maybe you could get some updates. This is 2014 and 2015 champs. We've seen a few get VFX updates. We just had Jane back in July. We had a couple other characters as well. We had Storm's model being fixed to fix her complexion of her skin. It was just really off. But we obviously had, Captain America get some new VFX on his animations, but nothing else. And, honestly, there could be some other things differently. I mean, Daredevil could use something, or maybe, I don't know. Like, I'm not, the one that really sticks out to me is this guy right here, Superior Iron Man. He looks fine, but something in the comics that it makes him so much cooler is he actually shows his face. I mean, kind of. So basically, he actually wears the full helmet, but it's invisible because it's so, it's this, this new material, this like symbiote inspired armor, and he can just have it clear, and it's so cool because you can see his face, and it makes him so unique with the glowing like god eyes. I think it's so cool, but I really do hope Kabam kind of continue this trend. Like, hey, we've seen with Hulk being announced and now getting buff in the CCP until beta in the CCP until he's released later on. With September and August, the balance program saying, hey, these guys don't need balancing. Let's do overhauls for these 2014 champions. I hope that continues. I really do. And yeah, there's plenty of other characters. It's hard to say, what will look different because we don't know. Like I was like, how would you update Spider-Man? I kind of would say, darker colors, but they went full out, and with the Black Panther too. I never expected that, and they did it. So, there's definitely some other champions that they could give some more detail to for something that came out 8 years ago. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to talk about it and just be like, hey, this is the news dropping. Spider-Man Classics new outfit. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. I really am excited for his buff coming out soon. Hulk looks fantastic, and I'm just really all excited. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.